Did you know that one of the fastest ways to attract IRS attention is to own an S corporation and not pay yourself correctly? Well, I see this all the time. It starts with someone who watches a TikTok video. They hear that S corporation saves taxes, and their next step is they elect S Corp status. Then they either pay themselves nothing or they only pay themselves through distributions only, or they transfer money from the business account at random times whenever they need any money. And worst of it all that I have seen is they never set up payroll at all. And then they are shocked when penalties arrive. So today, I am going to show you exactly how S corporation owners should pay themselves, how to stay compliant with IRS rules, and how to maximize your tax savings legally. If you are an entrepreneur, this video could save you thousands of dollars and potentially keep you out of trouble with IRS. So let's get started. Hello, everybody. My name is Nana Ajwa Iyahen. I am a CPA and a certified tax coach. I am also the president and CEO of NAS Accounting and Tax Hub LLC. I help entrepreneurs legally reduce taxes, build wealth, and create financial systems that support long-term growth. So if you are new to this channel, hit the like button and subscribe and turn on the notification bell because every week I share tax strategies and financial insight designed specifically for business owners. Now let's talk about one of the most misunderstood topics in small business taxation. How do you pay yourself through an S corporation? Before we talk about payroll, let's quickly discuss why people elect S corporation status in the first place. An S corporation is a tax election under subchapter S of the Internal Revenue Code. The biggest advantage is the potential reduction in self-employment taxes. Now, with a sole proprietorship, most business profits are generally subjected to self-employment taxes, which is 15.3%. With an S Corp, the IRS allows owners to split compensations into salaries or distributions. The salary portion is subject to payroll taxes, but the distribution portion generally is not subject to the self-employment taxes. That's where the potential tax savings come from. But there is a catch, a very important catch. The IRS requires owners or employees to receive reasonable compensation. So now let's look at the IRS reasonable compensation rules. Let's talk about the rule that most business owners ignore. IRS Code Section 1366 and IRS guidance require an S Corp owner who performs services for the company to receive reasonable compensation before taking distributions. The IRS has challenged countless business owners who attempted to avoid payroll taxes by paying themselves little or no salary. Here's what the IRS does not want to see. Business profit, $150,000. Owner salary, zero. Distributions, $150,000. That is a huge red flag. The IRS expects you to pay yourself for the work you perform for your business. So if you are acting as the following: one, a CEO, like I am to my company, a salesperson, as an accountant, as operations manager, you must receive compensation that reflects those duties to your company. But what is a reasonable compensation? This is probably the most common question I receive every time. Nana, how much should I pay myself? The honest answer is, it depends. The IRS looks at factors such as your experience level, your qualifications, industry standards, time devoted to the business, business profitability, responsibilities performed. So, revenue alone doesn't determine salary. Your role to the company does. So, let me give an example. For example, if you are running a consulting firm that earns $200,000 and you are doing most of the work, paying yourself $10,000 may be very difficult to justify, but paying yourself $90,000 to $120,000 might be more reasonable depending on your market. So document how you arrived at that salary. That's incredibly important. So, what's the best way to pay yourself? Here's the simple framework that I use with my clients. Step one, set up a payroll. If you elected S corporation status, payroll is no longer optional. You need a payroll system. Step two, pay yourself a regular salary. It can be weekly, it can be bi-weekly, or monthly, or semi-monthly. The key here is consistency. Now, step three, withhold payroll taxes properly, just like any other employee. Step number four, issue yourself a W-2 at year end. Many owners are surprised when they discover they are both the owner and an employee. That's exactly how S corporations work. Now, let's talk about the magic phrase everyone here wants to hear about: distributions. Many business owners think distributions are free money. Not exactly. Let's use a very simple example. Now, your business earns $150,000. You determine that a reasonable salary is $80,000. So what you do is you run payroll and pay yourself the $80,000. After expenses and payroll taxes, the remaining profit can potentially be distributed. Those distributions generally avoid self-employment tax. This is where S corporation savings often occur. Notice what happened. We paid salary first, distributions second. That order matters very, very much. So now let's look at the biggest S corporation mistakes. Mistake number one, taking distributions before payroll. Mistake number two, paying no salary. Mistakes number three, paying an unreasonable low salary. Mistake number four, using the business account like a personal checking account. Mistake number five, waiting until December to figure it all out. I see this every year. Entrepreneurs spend all year moving money around randomly. Then in December, they are scrambling to fix payroll issues. Please don't do that. You should create a system from the beginning of the year. Now, when does an S Corp actually make sense? Here's something most YouTube creators won't tell you. Not every business should elect S corporation status. I know that's unpopular, opinion, but it is true. An S Corp comes with payroll costs, compliance requirements, additional bookkeeping, tax filing requirements. For many businesses, the savings may not justify the cost initially. So, generally speaking, I begin evaluating S corporation elections once a business is generating consistent profit beyond what the owner needs to survive. The exact threshold varies. Every business is different. So, this is why tax planning should never be done as a one size fits all. Here's my professional recommendation. Determine whether the election actually makes sense. Second, establish a reasonable salary based on market data. Third, set up payroll immediately. And fourth, separate business finances from personal finances. Fifth is review compensation annually. As your business grows, your salary should also be reevaluated. What was reasonable at $100,000 level may not be reasonable at 500,000 level. So here's the bottom line. The purpose of an S corporation is not to eliminate payroll taxes. The purpose is to create a tax efficient structure while remaining compliant with IRS rules. So the biggest mistake business owners make is focusing only on tax savings and ignoring compliance. The smartest entrepreneurs focus on both. Now, I want to hear from you in the chat. Do you currently pay yourself through an S corporation, or are you considering electing S corporation status? Let me know in the comments below. And if you ever wondered whether you're paying yourself correctly, drop the word payroll in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with another entrepreneur. But always remember, the goal isn't just to make money. The goal is to keep more of it legally. So just remember, plan smart, pay less, and build wealth. See you in the next video.